Hello, I'm Chylli from channel Chylli, also known as Try. And we are back with more depersonalization. Let's see where we left off again here. Right, we got one of the endings of the Saladna. One second, let me just check how many endings there are here. Alright, so there is 4 endings. There is also another trait we haven't gone yet, so we'll see about that. So we're 1/4 of the way through and we got all 4 of the mythos items. Should be fairly quick to go back through here. Let me set up my inventory really quickly before we go on here. I don't think I should even need to look around, honestly. So this should be fairly quick to run through again here. Don't turn on the light. The light may attract that unknown creature. Alright, let's move on now. Watch the mirror here to see the thievery, I believe. And then we confront the guy over here. God damn, I love failing a 90% chance. Kinda fucked that I failed that 3 times in a row. Alright, so... Can I just wait now? No, I cannot. There we go, now I think I can just wait here. And here we go. We're making decent time here. Hang on 1 second here. Okay, I think this is what happened when my intrusive seeds bloomed. Immune to poison, fractured, and bleeding is like brokenly overpowered. Best of luck to you, Sherry. We're gonna find a way out of here. Saya, why did you... What's so surprising? I understand how she feels. Well, let's not stand still. Let's get out of here. Okay, it doesn't actually let me view my stuff up here. Unfortunately, ran into them there. Anyway, let us continue. You reach toward the window and feel a strange sensation as if you were touching a pool of stiff water. Stiff water? No, sorry, still water. You instinctively feel as if there's some type of barrier here, but you can't see it. This should be the exit. We need to get moving. You feel uneasy, as if you know what's happening, but don't want to acknowledge it. You try to hold that remaining thread in your mind together with all your might. Saya, you're coming as well, right? If you're able to leave safely, I can relax a little. Leave the rest to me. The remaining thread snaps as you understand why Saya didn't immediately pursue Sherry when she left. You know where to be impulsive, but you were trying to ignore the reality before you. She often appears calm when she is focused on a task, and you realize what that task is. She's concerned about your safety and decided to hold back until she knows you're out of harm's way. With a door to the normal world on one side and a choice to slip into the abyss of nightmares on the other, you decide. Fine then, I'll go outside and wait for you. I trust that you can resolve this, Saya. Please, stay safe. You write your address and contact information on a piece of paper and hand it to Saya. Take it easy, mate. The howling wind continuously scrapes your face as you look back toward the manor. You see Saya waving her hand to say goodbye as she remains silent. She looks both lonely but resolute in her goal. This is Saya. Only inner courage can dispel the darkest of fears. There's always someone who can solve problems that others cannot imagine resolving. Inner courage comes from protecting what is closest to your heart. In a sense, your choice made Saya's decision more meaningful. The mirrored refraction begins to blur. As you pass through the barrier, you come to an empty flat land, and you look back, the mansion has no trace. The distance is no longer surrounded by fog, and you can clearly see the road where you came. Past barriers, it's a normal countryside, one devoid of the catastrophe within the manor. As you look back behind you, there's no trace of the manor either. Ahead of you, you can clearly see the road that you traveled to arrive here. You realize that the manor was separated from reality itself. Holding in tears, you shout for Saya a single time. There's no response other than the bird songs emanating throughout the nearby forest. Finally, you found the nearest inn, but you couldn't sleep all night. At dawn, you leaned wearily on the railing, staring at the faintly glowing sky. Suddenly, a bright flash illuminated half the sky, snapping you out of your reverie. You saw it came from the direction of the Carter mansion. A beam of light shoot up with meteors falling from the sky. Ignoring the danger, you immediately spring into action. As you arrive, the manor's walls are shredded as blood and flesh lays in pools around you. You're trying to find your bearings when you hear the meow of the cat in the distance. You follow the sound and find Saya lying on the gravel in a terrible state. After a moment, she realizes you're there and tries her best to smile. She says to you, "My dear partner, it would seem that I've accidentally saved the world." And there we go. Rather short ending there, but we got it. Alright, let's see here. I think we gotta do the same thing, but decide to go back for Sherry this time. Now we have to fight the maids again. I didn't want to do that. Okay, Rake seems really good actually. He is super dead there. You dodged Saya's attack. Saya, don't try to force me to leave. I want to help you. You might die. I won't let you do it alone. Although we've not been together for a long time, I feel that I understand you, Saya. Someone who values another's safety more than their own life must be a good person. You call me your partner. I can't just turn away from this. You're really the same guy? A brief shine hits the window beside you. You turn and look toward it and see Carter standing in the garden. He's holding a sparkling gem and standing next to the well. You realize that Sherry is nowhere to be seen. Saya, wasn't Sherry chasing after him? Where is she? Could it be that Sherry is already... Impossible! You need to hurry. Ace, were you searching for Carter? Where's Sherry? Ace did not answer your question directly, and said she showed a sad expression. Is Sherry dead? Did you see Carter's plans? When we met in the safe room, I left the details on the desk. I'm sure you realize he's being chased by something. Besides, with the sense of resignation, she encountered that thing while chasing Carter. That thing is from the end of time. It pulled her into a spatial rift by chance. Ace interrupts Saya and turns to you with a serious expression. So you understand the situation. As Carter dies, the space here should be restored and Sherry may come back to life. But that creature is locked onto Carter, and simply killing Carter likely won't get rid of it. In the worst case scenario, it would linger in this realm until it loses interest. That would be a disaster, to say the least. I can't simply attempt to save Sherry, knowing that doing so would unleash that creature upon our realm. The only real solution is to get Carter to lure it out of this realm. If he were to die elsewhere, that may distract the creature to follow him. That's my perspective, at least. It may be tough to accept, but I believe you understand what's at stake. I would prefer that you don't die here, but I'm also doubtful that you'd choose the greater good over Sherry. So I would ask, will you leave now, or will you attempt to deal with Carter? Please give me an answer. I understand the current situation. Saya reacts instantly by popping the back of her gun up. Okay, this is the same as last time. I'll get started then. I believe we can handle it. Saya, what are you doing? Didn't you promise to move together with me? Take it easy there. I simply would rather resolve this without regrets. I'd like to resolve this disaster and protect my dear friends. For a moment, you can only stand there speechless as Saya confidently walks away. You feel your heartbeat accelerating as your mind can't fully process the situation. Alright, we're confronting the creature, but this time we don't have the staff we used last time to kill it. And there we go, that was actually a really easy kill there. You notice that the well in the middle of the garden brought a huge beam into the sky, and Saya fell to her knees, and Sherry has the gem in her hand. What a coincidence, Saya. Have we reached the ending here? I will accept the Soladna. A few minutes ago. Yo, look who's here. What now? Do you still want to stop me? Don't worry, you can't go anywhere. I'll go with you together, even if you can. Carter looks at Saya with a smile, exuding inexplicable confidence all over his body. Oh, really? Then I'm going to be so happy. At the end of the journey, there are beauties to accompany you. This is rare. Hey, Psycho. Why don't you tell me about your great plans? I guess you can't wait to find someone to show off to, right? Oh, of course, it is my honor. Carter cleared his throat and stuffed the book into his pocket. He spreads his hands, holds up the jewel, and begins to speak passionately. You must come back from the underground safety room, right? And those 2 documents you must read, right? To be honest, the plan failed in the first place. It was very despairing. I have lost to make people, even Olu, my daughter. Luckily, I didn't give up. Since the tech of the Yith can help me get rid of that thing, I'm starting to get the same power as that thing. And good luck will always favor those who work hard, and opportunities will always open their door for those who never give up. So I found this gem, a gem that has the power to peek into space and time, the Soladna. Now I'll use Mercury to cover me. The miracle of Dowloth is my waymark. And add some power to charm the god, passage is done. That thing will come at any time. At the moment when space-time are torn apart, I can use this power to leave. Leave to the distant past or to the future. No one can hunt me. No one can. Gradually, he begins to laugh wildly. It is not like the sound that a normal person would make, and you can hear a bit of mania in his voice. You just want to run away. Why are you trying to sound all high and mighty? You must be scared. You sacrificed so many innocents. Just so you could live? Me? Am I living for myself? No, I am not. Car's face begins to distort as he stares fiercely at Saya. All at once, any grace he had collapses. I'm doing the right thing. It's impossible to fight against that existence. I will leave here. I am correct. If you want to defeat that kind of thing, you have to use the extreme method. Anyway, you are just stubborn. It's almost time. There's only 1 minute left. No, 30 seconds. And Carter's shout, the deep well in the middle of the garden suddenly trembled, emitting a frighteningly brilliant light. Countless streamers rushed into the sky, and the moment Carter waved his big hand and lifted Soladna flat in front of him. Farewell. Gun? No, impossible! Why didn't the teleport start? Why? Apparently, it is time. Carter's smile freezes as the Hawaiian gem slips from his hand and he clutches heart and looks at Saya in horror. Was it a surprise? Your end is already preordained, Mr. Carter. That thing won't arrive on time. Because its primary hunting target is not you, but me. You say, what? Carter was stunned for a moment, then suddenly burst out laughing wildly. Is that what you got? And you will die too, and you, all of you! He laughs and falls into the well. After a moment of silence, the laughter completely disappeared from this world. The surrounding air suddenly shrank as Saya was about to pick up the gem. The gems on the ground emitted a terrifying attraction. Aladdin emits a brilliant light and unleashes a massive amount of power. And it only took a moment for the power that had nowhere to go to find Saya, who was confined nearby and poured into her body fiercely. Saya stumbled backward, clutching her body in pain and struggling on the ground. The force surged through her limbs and bones, tearing her apart. Although it was excruciatingly painful, she did not go into a coma as a result of it. However, the swelling force tortured her and her body could collapse at any time. However, the light scattered around Saya had suddenly covered a layer of darkness. Jerry's sharp claws shattered the darkness and light in the space, rushing into the center of the vortex and grabbing the gem by the well. The burden on Saya's body suddenly lightened, and Sherry took away the source of her strength just before she was smashed by it. The surrounding power is constantly flowing towards Sherry's body. What a coincidence, Saya. Have we reached the ending here? I will accept the stalagmite. Sherry? Wait, what are you doing? Every archaeologist should look far ahead. My parents often taught me this before they passed away. Therefore, my version has long been not limited to the Earth. This vast universe, who doesn't want to go once? Well, leave you fools to your own leisure. This is the privilege of the strong. You stay on this planet, lingering, rotting, and stinking. Jerry's eyes are curved like a broken moon. Countless streamers poured into her body, expanding and surging. Jerry, please don't. You see Sherry's eyes soften as she looks at Saya. At the end of the journey, the bad guy uses vile means to capture the hero's fruits of victory. Wouldn't that be great? Saya, don't worry, I'll divert all those things away. What a joke. Are you going to the universe? And what, then freeze into ice sculptures? Saya stood trembling and rushed towards Sherry. This is the moment. You come to the garden. You look at Saya slapping Sherry's hand with her bloody hand. The gem was stained with bright red blood and no longer emitted such a bright light. Chylli stared blankly at Saya. Why? Why did you come here? If I could bring this gemstone to the end of the universe, no one will be harmed. And everyone can be saved. Ace, Saya, both of you can be saved. Chylli's anxious voice rings through the air. And who comes to save you? Saya's body fell uncontrollably due to the severe injury. Chylli stretched out her hands and caught Saya's body. The huge power lingering in the space is slowly fading, and the remaining part is slowly infiltrating into the bodies of the two, causing the earth to tremble and the false manor to crumble. After a long time, you are woken by Saya, who was seriously injured and comatose. And she still had a smile on the corner of her mouth. She told you the problem is solved, but there's something much more important she needs to do. And then you saw a black kitten on the top of her head. The morning has come and a ray of sunshine shines on the one person and one kid, a beautiful and harmonious picture. Despite the twists and turns, you return home safe and sound. The only annoyance is that the payback for this commission will never be recovered. But during this period of time, everything and things related to Carter has become heavy news. And as a survivor of the disaster, you also took the opportunity to get some good income. You and Saya become close friends, and she often writes to you and mails you some of the amazing pictures she's taken. You just received another letter from Saya today, and you cannot wait to open the envelope. You see a picture of her posing with a bandaged corpse and some ruins surrounded by coffins. A picture of her sitting on a giant octopus carcass in diving gear. A photo of a traveling scene with men in black on both sides of the perspective of a sniper rifle. Without exception, there will be a black kitten in the content of the photo. You know what Saya's purpose is, and you're constantly helping her. After reading the letter, knowing that she's alright, you carefully put the envelope in the drawer. Looking at the people coming and going outside the window, you know that there will be opportunities to adventure with her in the future. And there we go. Okay, so to get the... There's another trait I actually need to start from the beginning here for. Yeah, I only have 27 left, so I'm going to want to back up to 70. That's good enough. Alright, so to get the trait I missed here, So I'm just going to skip until we get to the point we need to get to here. Seen enough here for now. Alright, so it's mostly just skipping through here. Barely got it there. Alright, so now we come down here, I believe. Or rather, what we need to do first. We need to do the thievery event here. Then we need to get the key card. Now we need to go down here. We needed that white stone from there. Gonna save right here really quickly to make sure we don't mess this up. Accidentally clicked off the tab. What's my diplomacy at right now? $70 out of 90 is not bad at all. And then here we gotta read this book. Then we have to fight with the force here. The shade behind the girl is multi-layered, and you know that you can't bring it all back to reality. As the girl's going to be re-dragged into the bundle of shades, the crystal you found earlier emits a light as it begins to crack. A phantom that is exactly the same as the girl in front of you emerges from the crystal. The two phantoms overlap and the girl's body glows with a color. Those arms gradually slip from her body and you feel the pulling force weakening. Cracks continue to appear around the crystal and finally turn into a powder as the girl's body changes from vague matter to solid existence. The shade you saw begins to fade completely as she's separated from that other reality. You recognize that this girl is Carter's daughter, Rose Alu. She now wears a happy smile on her face. She pulls up the corner of her skirt and bows her head to thank you. Thank you. Before you could say anything in response, the girl's figure gradually fades away. I wish you a peaceful rest. Alright, so let's see what this trait does for us now. Speed plus 20 is pretty nice. But now we can get to the final ending here. Gotta wait for Saya. And this time we are going to closely follow the first path we took here. Going to confront and kill the creature here. Wow, that actually does so much damage. And that was really loud, jeez. And yeah, that's actually really strong. Alright, and then we go out here now. And then we deal with it, get more information, I believe. Do you really think that these things you can successfully hide from that thing? Of course. He looks at you with a smug, arrogant attitude like he's found the perfect audience. This is my best and perfect plan. To be honest, the experiment failed in the first place. I was very despairing. I've lost to make people, even Alu, my daughter. Luckily, I didn't give up. Since the tech of yes can't help me get rid of that thing, I'm starting to find the same powers as that thing. And good luck will always favor those who work hard, and opportunities will always open the door for those who never give up. In the moment that space and time were torn apart, I can use this power to leave. Leave to the distant past or future. Or, well, actually, this looks like the same ending. Give me a minute here, let me check this really quickly. Okay, I actually know what it is now. So you get an ending for losing here. Let's get to losing, woo! That did way more damage than I expected it to. Are you finally no longer hiding? Dallas, I know your target is me. It is inconvenient for you and me to use our power here. Let's fight in another place. Escape to the angular space? Oh, what a fool, pray. The existence has left. The huge power lingering in the space is slowly fading, and the false manor begins to crumble. After a while, you gradually regain consciousness and see Sherry sleeping sweetly in the car. And Saya standing in front of you and talking to you. The disaster has ended. However, I'm not sure what happened at the end. But the culprit has vanished. Although this gym has lost its ability, it's definitely worth the money as a reward for this trip. Let's go, friend. Let's go celebrate. Everything after that is like watching flowers at a glance. Its consciousness seems to be incompatible with the body at this time, and you end up falling asleep in Saya's car. When you wake up, you find you seem missing some memory. You don't remember when you left the town, but you see Saya and Sherry chatting with each other. You are completely relieved. The joy of life after the catastrophe and the sense of relief after the pressure will make your brain clear. I and Sherry are still discussing what to eat today. And now you just want to relax for a moment. You fantasize that you will soon be surrounded by delicious food and you will talk to your friends who share weal and woe. And you can't help but start to look forward to it. And there we go. That is all 4 endings for the second module. You don't know how to fight, but you still have to make trouble. Being like this and ask me to end it, how capable you are. How will, I brought back your puppet. But don't expect me to fix it. Well, let me take it from here. If Starkey were torn apart by the power of $10, I definitely could not rebuild it again. Thank you so much this time. It's good that you know it. A Forgamon throws you to Sothoth, then returns to their seat to continue their game. You wake up, but when you see the worried look in Sothoth's eyes, you swallow your words. Sothoth says to you, after he saw that you regained some consciousness, Dindalos and its race will stop at nothing to attack anyone who dares to travel through time and space. All in a bid to control the power of the Chrono. After slaying a traveler, they absorb the Chrono residue left behind. This is how their species evolves. Dindalos is the most powerful of them all. To further enhance its power, it has long coveted mine. Thankfully, a Forgamon sensed in time from the chaos that Dindalos was heading toward the timeline you traveled to. Otherwise, everything would have been beyond salvation. Sorry, I didn't take the right action. Traveling in the chaotic space-time would be accompanied by great danger. I knew it from the very beginning. Now, have a good rest. All of a sudden, the lights in the library go out and the books stop turning. After a long time, the library is restarted and your body has recovered as before. Are you dumb? If you have something to say, just say it. It was just some useless thing, so you can go and fuck off. Forgamon, I want you to help me. Funny, why should I help you? Because I figure out one thing. The things you've done before are reasonable. Oh, you mean you agree with my idea? We have the ability to mend the chaos in space-time. However, the resources needed for this repair come with their own cost. The fact remains that we can never completely eliminate this consumption. In the end, all things inevitably return to nothingness. Sure, that's interesting. You finally realize your works are useless. That's right, we're all like a prisoner in this prison, waiting for the destruction. Those lies who don't have eternal life can just feel the existence of the prison. But for you, you stand at the end of time. This prison is more like a chain that you have wrapped around you at all the time. So I want to help you. To break this prison. They seemed to hear the funniest thing that they ever heard and couldn't stop themselves from laughing. After a long time, you hear a sigh. Even the once complete me cannot break the cage. And with the current power you have, what do you think you can ask me? Or sorry, what do you think you can help me? Indeed, I cannot help you currently. But now I found my way and what I need to do. I'll try to reach this target. At the end of the road, everything will return to the one being. Or sorry, the own being. At that time, we will create a new world. Fine, I get it. If you encounter tough enemies in time travel, I will help you. This is the scene that would actually happen if I approached here earlier, because she has been here. A scene that doesn't fit in with this place appeared on the right side of the library. A huge iron box with twinkling and changing light, and a strange screen that is constantly changing on the glass plate connected to the iron frame. A Foryamon occupies this area unceremoniously with a strange handle, with buttons in both hands and a strange mess of objects lying around. A Foryamon is a confirmed gamer. Sothoth, what's wrong with them? You rarely see Sothoth with a look of resignation as they put their hand between their eyebrows. After I really woke up, our alienated self fell asleep. A Foryamon never wanted to merge with me. After weighing the pros and cons, I let them stay here. We have reached an agreement. They no longer interfere with space and time, and I cannot interfere with their freedom either. What, isn't that really going to cause more trouble? As the end of time, a Foryamon is the key to erasing the chaotic timeline. They have seen so much destruction that they have been tainted with a bad character. We are originally one in the beginning. Because of the difference in our power, our views became different. But they will surely preserve the new world that we have created. Okay. You feel a sliver of strength being drained from your body and images from the past start to emerge in your mind. The sense of familiarity makes you feel as though you've returned to your travels through time and space, while the screen of the machine in front of you flickers to life. What on earth is this machine? As you approach, the screen displays a black vortex made up of countless grains of black sand. As you get closer, these grains of black sand seem to come to life, shaping themselves into various people. These are people you've seen before. How unexpected. I never thought you would be able to activate this machine. A Foryamon's gaze shifts to Sothoth, who is sitting in front of the desk. Sothoth merely lifts her head slightly, offering a smile, driving back into her sea of books. What is Tawil thinking? Your foolish expression tells me you don't understand its purpose yet. I indeed do not understand its purpose. You've released all the imprisoned consciousnesses. Why then is this temporal sand still preserved? I am under no obligation to answer your question. You might want to think about it yourself. If Will has managed to project identical individuals, why would they bother to restart time and space? Isn't it to deal with the arrival of the end? You're unable to reach a consensus to change the outcome of the future. The Southoth could only deal with the end of the future by restarting time and space. Your thoughts are so naive it makes me laugh. Perhaps you've been too deeply influenced by mortal thinking. Let's put it this way, even at Will's weakest, Will has the power to project new timelines. They just don't approve of this method, saying individuals created through duplication only retain all the information of the previous individual. Individuals without continuity, their true selves have already been destroyed. I don't need any damn true self. I just need enough data to help me regain my strength. Since you've activated this part of the temporal sand, I will gift it to you. Afterward, a Forgamon casts a displeased glance towards Southoth, saying, Will, you should understand you cannot always control everything. Oh, okay, so this shows all the partners. Don't want to look at that too much because spoilers. I don't like spoilers. Do not bother me. Let's come down here really quickly. There we go, now we got it all sorted out. And okay, that should do it for now. We have achieved all 4 endings for the Selagna. We'll need to replay with Luca to get the protractor trait there, but that shouldn't take very long. I also want to awaken his transformed in ritual as well. But I'll do that off camera, and then we can get into the next module here then. But anyway, that will do it for today's video, so I'll see you next time when we continue with more depersonalization. Until then, bye!